Today, we're going to talk about direct to film transfers and the images that you use to make these designs. There are some really cool effects that you can apply to images in programs like Photoshop, but I want to show you when you're using the images for direct to film transfers, you have to be careful about using some of those effects. So let's get started. I am using a program called Photopea. It's similar to Photoshop, but it's free. I'm the queen of a freebie or, a discounted thing. So I want to show you some images. Images that can cause a problem for a direct to film transfer are images that have kind of this semi-transparent piece around it. So things that have like a glow or a smoky look, or another term you might hear are light leaks. So those are all going to be ones that are going to be harder to do. And the reason is when you're using an image for direct to film transfers, there is a white powder that gets put on the back of the image, and that white powder is going to show through in those semi-transparent pieces. So here is an example. Let's zoom in. How you can tell that this could be a problem would be every place that you can see those checkerboard pieces through the color. Think about this. If every place there's color has a white powder behind it, if you press this onto a dark colored shirt, let's say a black shirt, you're going to see some of that white coming through because it's semi-transparent. It's not all the way transparent, but it's semi-transparent. Let's take a look at another one. So this heart also would be an issue. There's some places like right in here that would work just fine because it's white. But now if you start to put white everywhere where these light leaks are, that could throw off the way you want your image to look. So what I would recommend is before you use any design for DTF or direct to film transfers, bring it into something like Photopea. And if you can see those checkerboards, it could be a problem. Now with this one, the word hello, that's going to work just fine. But around the word darling, you can see that little glowing offset. That might not work the best. So what options do you have? Here is an option. This is called halftone. So it kind of looks like it's bleeding out or that there's kind of a glow coming from the main heart. But if we zoom in here, it's really just dots that start in the image and then kind of scatter out. All of the dots are solid. So you can put the white behind it and it'll work just fine. So instead of using a glow or smoke effect, use a halftone. My friends over at My Craft Source helped me out by actually printing these designs we just looked at. I think this is really going to help you see just how much of that white shows through. So I'm going to grab a dark colored shirt. This is just a dark green shirt that I had in my craft room. And I'm going to place each one on the shirt. So let's start by looking at the design. You can see the white already. That whole glow was pink on the original design when we brought it into the computer. So when I lay it down on the shirt, You still get kind of a glow effect, but it's a lot more white. And you can really see it right along that edge. I want to zoom way in so you can see. Like, the image looks so pretty when I found it and when I brought it into the Photopea software, but because of that powder, it just doesn't look right with DTF. All right, let's take a look at the next image, which was that heart. This is a hot mess, if you ask me. I mean, look how much of that white there is. All of this in the center was just different variations of color and light leaks. But you can just, all you see is the white powder. No good. So I'm really hoping that this is showing you what to look for when you're designing things for DTF transfers. Here's the word hello, and it's got the word darling underneath it. The word hello looks great, but look at darling. Yes, it does kind of still have a glow, but it's very much a white glow now and not a pink glow like it was in the design. And that's because of that glow or neon light look that the design had. Speaking of neon, DTF printers need a very specific color to print really vibrant neon colors. So if you're going to do any neons, make sure you contact your retailer first to see if they can even produce neon colors. The last image we have to look at is the pink heart with the halftone. You can see that does the kind of glow effect without so much white spanning out. So halftone works a lot better. I hope this video helped you to understand some of the do's and don'ts and best practices around creating your images for the best quality DTF prints.